What's going on, YouTube? It's Kevin Cotto here with the fight recap for TYT Sports. Saul Canelo Alvarez defeats Miguel Cotto to become the new WBC and Lemieux Middleweight Champion of the world. Now, before I get into the fight, I want to go over a couple things. So, for those who don't know, Miguel Cotto was stripped of his WBC belt because he refused to pay the sanctioning fees. Well, sanctioning fees is basically a fighter paying to defend the belt, so they have the honor and it's sanctioned by the governing bodies. Well, Miguel Cotto was like, you know what? Screw that. Keep your money. Keep your belt. I'm keeping my money. And I don't blame him. Who wants to pay just to own the right to have the belt? So what that meant for Canelo is that if he were to beat Cotto, he becomes a new WBC champion. And if Cotto were to beat Canelo, then the title will still be considered vacant. Don't ask me. That's kind of weird for me as well. So also another thing is that this is for Cotto. This is probably the biggest guy he's faced at middleweight. Sergio Martinez was still considered. He was a small middleweight. Daniel Gill, in my opinion, was a little past his prime, and he made him come down a lot at a catch weight. So this is the biggest guy Cotto has faced at middleweight. So we were going to see if Cotto was able to stun Canelo, or if Canelo's punches were able to hurt Cotto. Cotto, when it comes to bigger guys, he didn't take punches that well. He has a good chin, but a bigger guy is a bigger guy. It's kind of hurt. So we were going to see if Canelo's punches were going to damage Cotto badly. So before I give you my scorecard, I'm going to give you the judges. In my humble opinion, I felt as though the fight was a lot closer than what the Nevada judges gave it. I'm going to read the scorecard right now. So the judges for Nevada had it 117 to 111, 119 to 109, and 118 to 110, which basically meant that they weren't giving Miguel Cotto a shot to win this fight. I don't know if it's because if Canelo's in Las Vegas and he's associated with Golden Boy, but still, I feel like the fight was a lot closer than what the judges gave it. A lot of people on Twitter said the same thing. So I had it 115 to 113 for Canelo. Like I said, I had it a lot closer. So we're gonna break it down now. So in the first round, I gave it to Cotto. I felt it could have gone either way. I felt as though Cotto won the round because he was a little more active than Canelo, but at the same time, it was more like a feeling out process. Most fighters do that to see how the fighter is gonna react, and they usually implement the game plan after the first round. So Cotto was a little more active. He landed more jabs, landed good body shots, and he used good lateral movement. So in the second round, I gave to Canelo. He was more aggressive. He landed a left hook to the body. He kept the pressure on, which is kind of a key to beat Miguel Cotto. If you remember, Antonio Margarito did the same thing. Granted, who knows? He probably cheated that day. Hands loaded with plaster. But that's how you beat Cotto, pressuring. He doesn't like to be pressured like that, so that's what Canelo did. He was able to counter Cotto with a good right hand. Third round, I gave to Canelo as well. He did some good body work. He boxed more, used his reach. Again, Canelo's the bigger guy. He had the longer reach, so he used the jab more. Cotto was throwing a couple of jabs, he would throw a couple of jabs, but then Canelo would also counter with the right hand. He would go under and land the right hand on Cotto's face. Fourth round, I gave to Cotto. Fifth, Cotto started out nicely. He landed a good uppercut on Canelo. He also was able to leave with the right hand. But then towards the end of the round, I felt as though Canelo was able to hurt Cotto more. He landed the overhand right. He got Cotto good with a left uppercut. He was able to do that by feinting with the right hand and then landing that left uppercut, which hurt Cotto well, and it connected well. So I gave the sixth round to Cotto. Canelo started out the round well. He landed some good body shots on Cotto. However, he kind of stopped. He kind of was a little less active, and then Cotto was able to capitalize on that. He landed some good right hand to the body and a right hand to the head. So he was a little more active. So I gave that round to Cotto. I gave the seventh to Cotto. Then I gave the eighth to Canelo. He landed the more damaging shots with a good left uppercut. That was like the main punch of the fight. Then I gave the 10th to Cotto. The reason is that because Canelo wasn't active enough. He wasn't throwing enough punches. Yeah, he would throw a jab there, but Cotto was a little more active, threw more punches. Good left hand to the head. So I gave it to Cotto, man. Canelo Cotto is the same thing. And then the 11th round I gave to Canelo. He hurt Cotto at the end. Not at the end. In the exchanges, Cotto threw good combinations, but then Canelo did most of the damage. He also landed a good left hook, and you can tell that those punches hurt Cotto more than they did Canelo. And the same thing I gave the last round to Canelo. He also hurt Cotto, and Cotto paid the price for trying to be a little more active. So in the end, we have a new middleweight champion of the world. As you can see in the end of the fight, Cotto wasn't happy, so he left. So now let's see. Hopefully, at the end of the post-fight interview, Max Kellerman asked if he would fight Golovkin. He was there at the fight, and Canelo said that he's willing to fight him right now. So hopefully that happens. We get a unification fight. Also, I feel as though the HBO commentary team was very biased towards Canelo. This is me. I'm a conspiracy theorist. Is that most people thought that if Cotto were to win, he was gonna Golovkin was the mandatory challenger. So they were thinking that Cotto was gonna duck Golovkin. So in my humble opinion, I felt as though the HBO commentary team were going for Canelo. They were basically his cheerleading team, which this is the reason why I don't listen to HBO. And also, Hal Letterman also had it wide. I don't know why. They're very biased towards fighters who are a little more who are crowd pleasing or the superstar. Canelo's on the contract with HBO. So hopefully Canelo sticks to his word. He's going to fight Golovkin next. We're going to have a unification fight. We're this close to having an undisputed champion. I'm excited. I think Golovkin's going to destroy Canelo, but that's for another time. So let me know what you guys think. Was it a lot closer like I had it, or was it one-sided as the judges had it? Comment below. Let me know. Thanks.